So wonderful evening, friends. Finally, the last exam is here. The subject in which you're going to really dominate. Yes, keep telling yourself that, and let's make the most of it. On that note, let's quickly check out few things which is going to be very handy for you. So a lot of chances for this particular aspect to come, and before that, thoroughly revise subsection 115 of Code of Ethics, Professional Behavior. So now. In this question, so the question might come as a CA gave 50% of audit fee received by him to someone in the form of office allowance, etc. So the catch is most of you might get the answer right, but the key thing is you must reproduce, which the examiner will be expecting is it is not the nomenclature to a transaction that is material, but it is the substance of the transaction which has to be looked into. So in case of professional ethics, etc., minute aspects points to be reproduced as it is. Like in this case, if this question comes, you should reproduce it is the substance of the transaction and not the nomenclature that needs to be looked into. So moving on to the next, B, CA in practice is a partner in 3 firms. While printing his personal letter, it's B gave the names of all the firms in which he is a partner. So there is absolutely nothing wrong in mentioning the names of the partner. He is not deemed guilty, and you should also mention even if even a member is not permitted to specify the date of setting a practice or establishment of firms on letters, etc., but mentioning the names of the partner in the letter, that alone is allowed. So this is a very important aspect. And moving on to the next, so the thing is, for example, in this aspect, so if a CA issues a certification of circulation of periodical without going into the elementary details, so under what are the various clauses he will be punishable or is held guilty of misconduct, question might come in your MCQ, whether it is clause 6 and 7 and 8 or only clause 8 or only clause 6. So in this case, so if he doesn't go into the most elementary details of circulation, etc., he will be held guilty under clause 8. But if you see the next aspect, so the committee noted that a transaction of land took place between Shiv Darshan firm, that a partnership firm, you might get some other name, a partnership firm, and the developers. So the CA failed to report in the books of the partnership firm. So under which clauses he will be held guilty of misconduct? Definitely confusion will come in your mind under which clauses. It is clause 6, clause 7 and clause 8. All the 3 clauses is held guilty of misconduct. And if a respondent fails to report on the bank account which is opened by the client in the capacity as a proprietor having a lot of variations, in this question what are the various clauses he will be held guilty of misconduct? So in this case is only 2 clauses, that is clause 7 and clause 8. So these are the minute aspects which you will not lose a single mark if you listen carefully. So do pay full attention and make use of it. So moving on to the last one, what are the this is one aspect. Already I've shared few things from audit of banks what I expect, and this is another is important aspect. What are the elaborate briefly the audit procedures in case of audit of borrowings? So the as per external confirmations that SA 505 needs to be reported, but 2 key points which you should reproduce in this is examine whether there is a clear distinction between rediscount and refinance for disclosure of the amount under this category. That is very, very important. I repeat, examine where there is a clear distinction is made between rediscount and refinance. And next, examine whether borrowings of money at call and short notice are properly authorized. These 2 points specifically I want to emphasize on it because a lot of chances for this coming. So these 2 points needs to be reproduced as it is. Hope you made full use of it. Keep going all the way, best, stay focused. Don't miss out marks on any of these aspects. You're going to get exemption. Keep up the intensity.